Eileen Cannon's foot dragging is becoming even more destructive, dangerous, whatever, now that Judge Beryl Howell up in New York just unsealed some documents showing that 4 months after the FBI went through Mar-a-Lago, Trump's lawyers, at the request of the Justice Department, searched Mar-a-Lago again and found more classified documents, this time in his bedroom. And still, Aileen Cannon, Judge Luce Cannon down in Florida, refuses to move forward with Jack Smith's prosecution of Donald Trump. This is just so wrong. Meanwhile, yesterday, Congressman Paul Gosar, the dentist who I think sniffed too much nitrous oxide or got mercury poisoning from too many fillings or something. I mean, he just seems nuts to me, Paul Gosar. Anyhow, he claimed that Joe Biden wanted to have Donald Trump killed. Just came right out and said it. And what provoked this was a batch of documents that were released by Judge Cannon yesterday, apparently, or maybe the day before, as part of a just kind of a hearing kind of thing. And one of them was the FBI search warrant. And for Mar-a-Lago, and the FBI search warrant said, as they always do, that law enforcement officers of the Department of Justice may use deadly force when necessary. Now, they have to think that their life is in danger. I mean, there's very, very rigid requirements, but this is boilerplate. This is in every search warrant that the FBI has, always has been, or at least, in modern history. And the reason why is because, if you execute a search warrant, you take your life in your hands. Cops get killed executing search warrants all the time. Well, it's probably not that frequent, but it does happen. It happens a lot on television, right? And so there's that language. Now, what did the FBI actually do? What the FBI actually did was, number one, they reached out to the Secret Service, which was protecting Trump, and said, we're going to execute this search warrant. We want to do it when he's not there. So tell us when he's not there. So the Secret Service told them, okay, he's not going to be here on this particular date. And that was the date that they showed up. So number one, Trump wasn't even there. And the FBI knew he wasn't there. That's why they picked that day. Number two, they didn't come in like a SWAT team, with FBI all across their back and all this kind of. They wore, just normal clothes. I mean, in fact, actually, I've got the actual quote from the department, from the FBI, talking about this. Let me find it here. The FBI said, we followed standard protocol in this search as we do for all search warrants, which includes that policy statement. No one ordered additional steps to be taken. There was no departure from the norm. Oh, here we are. Agents arrived in deliberately casual outfits to lower their profile, khakis and polo shirts. This doesn't sound to me like an execution squad. But Marjorie Taylor Greene goes on X going, the Biden DOJ and FBI were planning to assassinate President Trump and gave the green light. And then Trump goes on his Nazi-infested social media site and freaks out. He sent out a fundraiser yesterday that says, President Biden was locked and loaded and ready to take me out. I mean, talk about lies. Right. This is from the Washington Post. Trump and some of his allies suggested Tuesday that this was evidence that Biden's Justice Department was prepared to fatally shoot him. In fact, Trump was not at his property the day of the search. FBI agents specifically sought to avoid a confrontation with him, choosing a day when he would not be at the property and giving the Secret Service a heads up. But then Trump goes on his Nazi-infested social media site and he and writes, they were authorized to shoot me. They're just itching to do the unthinkable. Joe Biden was locked and loaded and ready to take me out and put my family in danger. Joe Biden's DOJ and their illegal and unconstitutional raid of Mar-a-Lardo authorized the FBI to use deadly, parentheses, lethal force. you know, they just can't let a day go by. At least Stefanik just filed an ethics complaint against Judge Merchan and against Jack Smith and against, you know, a bunch of other people who are involved in prosecuting Trump. She is just, you know, how much lipstick can you leave on Donald Trump's rear end? I mean, she desperately wants to be his vice presidential nominee. But the FBI had to come out and issue a public statement saying, no, we weren't there to kill Donald Trump. But, you know, Trump lies, and at least half, probably 2/3, maybe 3/4 of his followers only hear his lies and believe them. And like I said when I opened the show this morning, this is all over Fox News. It is all over right-wing hate radio. Lies are like air to them. I mean, they just live and breathe lies.